Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Karen.
And
we are Sailing Intermission. We sold our house and quit our jobs.
Couldn't sell the motorcycle.
Started having fun, living on our Catalina 42.
It was rocking and rolling.
And then we decided we needed a bigger boat.
So we bought a Mikado 56. Started to do some work on it.
Home sweet home now.
We've had some rough times and some great times so far.
And we hope you join us and subscribe. We love sharing our adventure with y'all. Well, the trusty blue Ryobi drill finally gave up the ghost. And so there it is. We miss it, but now we've got a new one. Nicer color. It really goes great.
We're still anchored. It's relatively calm here and a very nice anchorage. It does have its moments with the wind and sometimes gets some swells in here.
Being anchored for a while, we notice that our sleep pattern is different and we find ourselves going to bed a little bit earlier than we normally do and awoke to a beautiful, fabulous rainbow.
It may be the best I've ever seen, plus the pot of gold we found.
The birds enjoy sitting on the rigging between the main and the mizzen masts, and, I just keep my mouth closed when I look up. We didn't have any instant coffee, so when the generator was running, we used the Keurig to make some coffee, let it cool, put it in some little water bottles, stuck it in the fridge, and now we have coffee.
After a few days, ran out of coffee and wine, so lost the dinghy to go into town and reprovision. Yes, took the dinghy in to reprovision, and the motor died. Had to row back to the boat. Turns out the inner plastic lining of the fuel line had collapsed. It was being starved for fuel. Little temporary solution here. I'll have to put some ear clamps on it and push it onto the bar better. One reason we've been anchored here so long is both fuel gauges stopped working. One in the cockpit, one on the fuel tank. It's a Mueller. It's called an electric conversion gauge. So the sending unit in the fuel tank is mechanical, and then the gauge converts it to electric to send it to another fuel gauge. Waited for one off Amazon, came in, put it in, and it works. When our old raymarine wind went out, just took it out, still a hole there, so put a little plate in, and of course we've added a camera and a flood and a horn button to it, so worked out pretty well. Here's our nice 118 dB at 1 meter single horn we added.
This new horn makes me horny.
Previously mentioned our Autopilot wasn't working. A lot of it's installed under the settee. It's the EV1 C-Talk backbone and ACU 400. And looking at the meter up in the cockpit, the display in the cockpit ran diagnostics, and it found itself but did not find the other ACU 400 and the EV1 in its diagnostics. So it kind of pointed to a network issue. Turns out somebody had put a converter to convert N2K to N183 had some older instruments that have since been removed or replaced. And it turns out it was this Actisense converter that was bad, and it was keeping the C-Talk network from seeing all the instruments. Therefore, I disconnected it, and we now have Autopilot. And looky there, it finds everything. Ready to go. Nice having Autopilot. So we decided to head north again. The weather was a little worse than anticipated, and in addition we started getting water in one of our filters, so we came back to the safety of our nice Anchorage. Well, it's been interesting, anchored for quite a while.
We've been doing some little projects here and there.
Yeah, actually quite a bit of DIY, from repairing the autopilot to fixing the fuel gauge to adding a horn.
And a few other things. I put
Yes.
some polyurethane on some of the teeth that was in one of the heads.
Yeah, so, but of course we're ready to leave, and we're headed north. We may have a weather window tomorrow. We were waiting for, also for the holidays, certainly waiting past Christmas Day. And so we'll see what happens there.
Check the weather and see, and if it's right, we'll go. Also, trim the basil. I don't know if y'all can see. So, trying to dry it.
Yeah, we have a bunch of basil drying.
So if you know any basil recipes, send them our way.
Actually, it turns out there wasn't that much water in the fuel, but I didn't want to find out, being rocket and rolling out in the Atlantic. So we managed to extract any water in there and treated it, and we'll see.
Yes, it can get a little scary out there, especially when you're rocking and rolling and the waves are coming in. As heavy as Isabella is, she still gets knocked around a little bit, and I have a healthy respect for the ocean and Mother Nature.
I'm like Karen, I have a healthy respect for the Atlantic, or any other ocean actually, and I do appreciate the center cockpit boat. When we get knocked around quite a bit, somehow feel a little more secure than in the aft cockpit boats, but I know there's people that probably feel just the opposite of that. But we are looking forward to moving on, and we'll see what awaits us.
I really love this time of year. It's so festive, and really just want to wish all of y'all a very happy holiday, safe, fun holiday, and gee, getting ready to bring in a new year. How about that?
Yeah, another day, another dollar, another year, another year deeper in debt.
Yeah.
No, certainly I mirror what Karen has said. That I wish everyone a happy and safe holiday, and we're having fun, and no doubt we'll have a toast or two, or three, or four tonight.
Anyway, wish y'all the best. This is our Christmas tree. And where you all might not buy a poinsettia that looks quite like this, a little lopsided, I am happy to say this was our Christmas tree last year too. So this baby has been with us for over a year.
And you got your Lucy lights on you too.
Yeah,